What is up, y'all? We are back, man. I'm sorry that once again I had to give y'all a ghetto live stream. Phone ended up dying and didn't really get to talk to you guys the last few rounds of the fight. But I promised I would have a post fight reaction too. So here I am with the post fight reaction, man. I'm gonna wait for more people to join because I have a lot to say about the main event that transpired a couple hours ago. First of all, what a fight, man. What a fight. It definitely lived up to what we thought. The fight had got made, then Beterbiev had got hurt. The fight got postponed. We had to wait, and then we got it today. And man, it was worth the wait, y'all. Like we have to be honest. Uh, the fight was well worth the wait, and it was action packed from start to finish, man. What a fight, man. Beterbiev proved to me, man, at 39 years old, this man is still a wrecking ball, unstoppable force, and a tough fighter, man. That just really can hurt anybody at any time and really can change your game plan. When you fight Beterbiev, your game plan could change at any time. Hi, Blasa, what's up, boy? What's up? Been a minute, man. So, like I said, sorry that my stream and my phone was acting so stupid earlier, but a lot of people were saying that they thought Bivol got robbed. I want to be the first one to say here on my channel, I don't believe that the fight was a robbery. I didn't see it that way. I thought the fight was close. When the fight finished, I had it 6-6. I had it a draw. I had it 6-6. I had it a draw. And in my opinion, I thought that it was 6-6. I thought it could have gone either way, but I thought that you could have had it 7-5 for Bivol, 7-5 for Beterbiev. Either way it goes, it was a close fight. But to call a close fight of that magnitude a robbery is insane. There was no robbery. You can make a case for both fighters, but I'm gonna just say what I think the difference was for the judges. Um, what I think the difference was for the judges was the fact that Bivol in rounds 10, 11, and 12 started taking his foot off the gas. He started backpedaling. He started basically running the second half of the fight. Well, 9, 10, 11, and 12, he started running, thinking that he was up 3, 4 points and that he didn't really have to engage too much the championship rounds, and that's where he was dead wrong at. He was not up. He was maybe up round. He was up maybe one round going into 10, and he took his foot off the gas and fucked up and gave up them last 3 rounds. And them last 3 rounds he gave up was the difference, in my opinion. Now I will say, obviously the fight was so competitive and so good that I think that there should be a rematch, an immediate rematch. You know what I'm saying? Like Beterbiev is almost 40, Bivol's 31. The fight was great. Let's get it. Let's get it going again, man. There's no fight. There's no guy in the light heavyweight division that I think could give Beterbiev a more competitive fight than Bivol. So I say, hey, for what the fuck? I get it. A lot of people want to see Canelo Bivol rematch. I don't get why Canelo would just lose again. Like I don't see why people want to see that. Bivol versus Beterbiev rematch is the fight to make. It was a close fight. I had it 6-6. Anybody who had it 7-5 or whatever for either man, I can't be mad. But no one can argue that this fight doesn't deserve a rematch. No one can. I think in like round 8, Dimitri Bivol did something super spectacular. He hit him with like a 5-6 punch combination, and then he followed it up with a 1-2, and he landed. And Beterbiev was backing up and respecting Bivol, and I'm just like, damn, Bivol's fighting perfect. Through 9 rounds, I'm like, man, Bivol just gotta not give it up, and he's got it. You feel me? He's got it. Bivol had it. Going through 9, I had it 6-3 going to 9. I had Bivol up 6-3 going into 9. All he had to do was win one of the final 3 rounds. He lost 10, he lost 11, and he lost 12. It's like, damn, you gave up all the championship rounds. You let Beterbiev come back, and, the rest is history, man. It was a close fucking fight. No one can argue that, in my opinion. And let me know what y'all think. I hey Blasi, I see you think that Arthur Beterbiev won. You think it was 7-5, and you feel like it was a fair call. Um, do you think that a draw kind of possible, right? I mean, it was a close fight. Beterbiev had moments. Bivol had moments. They're not going to call a draw in a championship fight of this magnitude, but it definitely could have been a draw. Definitely could have been. I mean, that fight was so close, bro. Both fighters had their moments. I don't even think no fighter completely had control, right? Because Bivol had control in moments. Then Beterbiev had control in moments. So who really had control of the fight? Hard for me to say. But, you know, all I'm saying is, man, Bivol impressed me today. Even though he maybe faded in 9, 10, 10, 11, and 12, the way he was able to go to distance, the way he was able to, take Beterbiev's best shot and basically say, that's cool. I'm going to distance. There's nothing you can do. I'm Arthur Beterbiev. I mean, I'm Dimitri Bivol, and I'm going to distance. That left a mark for me for sure. And I thought that was a great performance. My bad, you all. I'm looking for this damn delivery order. Where the fuck?
Give me a slice.
This is 314. Oh, I think I'm on the wrong block, y'all. Sorry about that. Who did I have winning? I had So first glance, initial reaction, I had Dimitri Bivol winning 7-5. I thought Bivol did enough in the mid to late rounds in the beginning to win the fight by one round, literally one round. I had it 115, 113, or 115, 114 for Bivol. But I thought he fought really sloppy the last three rounds, really just gave up the rounds. So, like, I kind of said, fuck it, maybe the draw. I kind of was leaning with the draw. And disappointed with the last three rounds. But overall, great performance, in my opinion. Hold on, let me just pull up this address real quick. Do I think Arthur Beterbiev was the way better man that night? No, I don't. I don't. I think they were. Yeah, I think they both had great moments. I think they both fought tremendous. I think they both showed why they're two of the best fighters in the light heavyweight division and in the world, just pound for pound. But it's a rematch. I think they should make it immediately. Hopefully they make the second one in America, even though it wouldn't sell as good. But man, I want to see that fight. I want to go to that fight. You see what I'm saying? I really wanted to go live the whole entire fight because I feel like post reactions are never the same. But at the end of the day, man, did we not just see one of the best fights that we've seen in the last decade, y'all? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. That fight was fucking incredible. Shit gave me chills, man. That shit had me on the edge of my seat the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what boxing. That's what boxing is about, y'all. Oh, you didn't hear me? I said I had Bivol winning 7-5. But you can make an argument for either fighter, in my opinion. That's how I saw it. I feel like you can make an argument for either fighter. Both had their moments. I could easily see if you had it a draw. That sounds like a fair slate to me. 6-6 or 7-5 either way, in my opinion. 115, 114, 115, 113, something like that. Um, but I just think that this calls for an immediate rematch. If you're asking me my opinion, I don't see any avenue for this fight other than other than a rematch. Because to me, when you have a fight this close between two guys that are clearly that much better than the rest of the division, it just calls for a rematch, in my opinion. So, with that being said, it was a tremendous fight. Had me on the edge of my seats the entire way. Um, you said you're gonna go live on your channel. I'll make sure. Hey, I'm gonna make sure to tune in, man. Um, you've been supporting my channel since you've been here, man. So I'm gonna support people that support me. That's just how I am. You said you had it 7-5 Beterbiev first watch, and trust me, when there's like 4 or 5 other people that had it 7-5 Beterbiev. So I'm not arguing that. I can't even get mad at you for that. That's actually a very fair assessment, Blase. I think 7-5 Beterbiev is a fair assessment. I just think on the other end of the spectrum, 6-6 either draw or 7-5 Bivol could also be argued. I feel like this fight was that close, man. Like it was like basically Jamal Crawford again. Like it was super close. This fight might have actually been even closer. Um, but overall, great fight. I love what both men did today. Bivol really impressed me, man, because like a lot of people going into this fight were predicting an early knockout, 7-8 round knockout for Beterbiev. And I bet the distance because I just have that much faith in Bivol. And Bivol showed tonight. I don't give a fuck that he lost, to tell you the truth, on Middleman TV. I don't really care that he lost. I bet the distance, and Bivol proved to me today that there's not a human being in his weight class that can knock him out. Not even Arthur Beterbiev, who had 20 knockouts going into the fight, 100 knockout win ratio, and that got erased today. I mean, he won the fight. Very, very it's gonna be a controversial call for a while, but hell of a fight, man. Hell of a fight. Definitely should be talked about for the next month. I mean, this is a great fight, man. I see other YouTube channels talking about Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney all day. It's like, why the fuck are we talking about these divas? We're talking about two of the best in the game. Don't talk no shit and just give us a war. This is what boxing is about, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that I got to witness it and appreciate it. Turkey Al Sheik, once again, putting a good show together. We saw Ben Whitaker get tested today. We saw Chris Eubanks get a stoppage victory. Opatai, once again, going in the right direction. And having Sierra and Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes performing, I mean, shit, that came out of nowhere too, man. So things are getting better. And like I said, man, let me know what y'all think. Leave y'all comments in the comment section. Do y'all think that after that fight, that close fight, there should 1000% be a rematch? Or do y'all think, no, there shouldn't be a rematch. Beterbiev just won undisputed. He should go chase Opatai at cruiserweight. Or what do you guys think Beterbiev should do? He's almost 40 years old. What is the next step for Beterbiev? And for Dimitri Bivol, do you feel I got robbed? And do you feel like I need a rematch? Beterbiev won the last two for sure to me. That's the thing, bro. 11 and 12. He won the championship rounds, bro. He did. And I think that if there was ever a difference, bro, that was the difference, bro. Like, if Bivol lost the fight, it's because he gave up the last 2 rounds, bro. All I wanted to see him do was do what Terrence Crawford does, bro, was end strong. You started strong, the middle rounds you was doing good, and then you just kind of gave up the last 3 rounds. I didn't expect that from Bivol. I'm not gonna lie, man. Beterbiev must be really fucking strong, man. I think we need to really consider how strong Beterbiev is, man. Because think about it, we all glorify and praise how strong Canelo is. You got to think about it. Bivol was on the front foot the entire fight, going forward the entire fight, beat the living shit out of Canelo, and then he fights Beterbiev, and all of a sudden, all that come forward shit and controlling the pace of the fight kind of went out the window against Beterbiev, man. Beterbiev, he had moments, Bivol, where he controlled the pace, where he was coming forward, but then Beterbiev would come right back to doing what he does best. And Bivol, in my opinion, both fighters were able to put the pressure on their opponent. But to me, Beterbiev's pressure was more significant than Bivol's pressure because for some reason, every time Bivol would put the pressure on Beterbiev, he would throw a 4 or 5 punch combination. But then Bivol would have to use a lot of his energy to move around because he couldn't stand in the middle of the ring with Beterbiev because he respected the fuck out of Beterbiev's power. I can't say the same for Beterbiev. Beterbiev wasn't moving around and wasting too much energy with his legs. He kind of just, was like, all right, I respect Bivol's power, but he can't really hurt me with his power. So I'm gonna just stand there and eventually I'm gonna counter him. And that was kind of Beterbiev's game plan. And to me, it looked like Bivol was a little bit more worried about Beterbiev's power than Beterbiev being worried about Bivol's power. And again, that could have been another reason and the difference. A lot of people were saying that the difference was going to be that Bivol beat Canelo. That was a bunch of biased bullshit that Mike Coppinger wrote, man. I don't fuck with Mike Coppinger. I think that guy is a fucking Canelo dick rider. I think that guy's lost in the sauce. He doesn't know shit about boxing. But that being said, man, we witnessed history today, man. We witnessed light heavyweight undisputed in Riyadh. What a hell of a show. And we got to start checking on Turkey Al-Sheikh too, man, because I heard someone told me Arthur Beterbiev is Muslim. Not that it really matters, but y'all know Turkey Al-Sheikh is Muslim, and y'all know that he has his favorites in boxing. And I feel like going into the fight, he wanted Beterbiev to win on the low, but it is what it is. Eddie Hearn, I mean, enough is enough with Eddie Hearn, man. This man opens and yaps his mouth about all his fighters he has, and all his fighters lose, bro. Like, Eddie Hearn looks like the biggest clown in boxing, man. This nigga be talking all that shit about all his fighters, and they all come up short, man. I don't think any promoter has been taking more L's than Eddie Hearn recently, man. The man just takes L's after L's after L's. Um, I want to talk about something that happened in the show before the main event. Obviously, we could talk about the main event all day. It was an incredible fight. But Chris Eubanks got a stoppage victory over some no name, Sarah Menta or something like that. And after the fight, Conor Benn walked into the ring, and these guys were yapping, man. Both of these guys were born into money. Chris Eubanks' father was a boxer. Nigel Benn, Conor Benn's father, was also a boxer. Both really good fighters, and now they're both taking after their dads, and they don't like each other. They're a rival in the UK, and I think that's a fight to make, man. That was a fight that was supposed to happen, what, 5-6 years ago, and it just never really transpired. And I think a big reason was because Conor Benn got caught with the steroids, and Eubanks had to continue on with his career. But now I think it's a fight to make, man, and it's a 50-50 fight. I wasn't really overly impressed with Eubanks. I thought he overmatched his opponent with skill, so he was able to stop him. But had he been fighting someone a little bit better, man, I would have been a little worried for Eubanks. I thought he was keeping his hands low. He was getting caught with a couple shots early on in the fight before he started really taking over. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. I think Conor Benn is a little bit overrated, but I still think that Conor Benn can give Eubanks some go, man. I mean, that's a hell of a fight. It's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. Eubanks is clearly the much bigger man naturally. That being said, though, um, it's a fight, man. It's a fight that I think they should make happen. It's definitely a star-studded fight in the UK. It's definitely a fight they could probably make as like a co-main on like a Riyadh show, on like maybe like a Fury Usyk undercard. Who knows? But it's definitely a fight that I think they should consider making in the future. Um, I haven't heard Bivol talk since the fight happened, man. But I can only imagine and wonder how he's feeling, man. I know he's probably super upset. I'd be upset too, considering you work hard, you work your whole life to become undisputed, you get so close, you damn near did so fucking good in this fight against Beterbiev. You did better than any other opponent against Beterbiev, and you come up short because of the decision. I mean, I'd feel some type of way. um, but hey, man, that's how boxing goes. I've talked to a lot of people, maybe 20, 25 people today about the fight and the results, and it's back and forth, man. A lot of people say they think Beterbiev won, and a lot of people think Bivol won, man. And it's just kind of been one of those things where I don't think the public is going to really agree on this. I think we're all going to just kind of be 50-50 with it, and that's why I'm going to go with the fairest result, which would have been a draw. Both fighters had moments. To me, when both fighters have moments, you call the draw. The only reason they probably didn't call the draw was because, you know, the 10 rounds, 10, 11, and 12, man, I didn't like how Bivol just totally took his foot off the gas in those last rounds. But Walter D, what up, man? Make sure you hit that like button, Walter. Make sure you hit that fucking like button. But I was just talking to Blase about this. I mean, I thought Bivol won 7-5, or I thought it was a draw. But it's hard for me to say a fight that was that fucking close was a robbery. That fight was so close, man. Beterbiev had hella moments. We can't call it a robbery. We could say we think that we thought the judges was a little off, but robbery is like nigga won 10 rounds and they gave it to the other guy. I don't think nobody won 10 rounds in this fight. Like this was a 6-6, 7-5 close ass affair, y'all. Like this fight could have went either fucking way. So, in my opinion, no bias. Don't like none of them, but Beterbiev didn't win. Okay, let me ask you this, Walter, because I do want to know your opinion, because I love hearing different opinions. It definitely gives me a better perspective on how I should, go about asking my questions. But um, what? How did you score it, Walter? How did you have it? Because I had it originally. My first score initially was 115, 114 for Bivol. Then I thought about it and I said, fuck it, 115, 115 draw. What did you have it? Right, or 8 clear rounds. And that's my thing. When you know, when you know that, you're fighting a puncher, and let's be honest, Turkey Al-Shi likes Beterbiev because he's Muslim and he's Muslim. They're both Muslim, so we know he likes Beterbiev. Who's to say, like, Bevel should have had the mindset like, hey man, I'm the B side, even though, Eddie Hearn's talking that shit like I'm the A side. I'm really the B side here. I gotta, do what I gotta do in order to win this fight. And if it gets close to the scorecards, I gotta do what I gotta do. And I just felt like that's where Bevel kind of took his foot completely off the gas and didn't do what he needed to do in the late rounds. That being said, he had an A. I thought he had an A performance, considering who he was up against. You're going in the ring. You're in the ring with Arthur Beterbiev. You go to distance. You have moments in that fight. You actually pushed Beterbiev back a couple times. Hell of a performance from Bivol. And don't. That's why I say there was really no losers in this fight, because, um, what a fight, man. I mean, this is a fight that's gonna be talked about for the next week. I promise you guys. I had Bivol up by a round, 7-5, close fight. I say robbery because bro did not win. They finished Bivol. Wait, what do you mean by they finished Bivol? I guess that's the part I'm confused about. 7-5 Bivol sounds very reasonable to me, but and that's why I say draw, because I didn't think Beterbiev won either. I thought either it was a draw or Bivol won. That's just how I see it: draw or Bivol won. But oh, you said finesse. You meant finesse. I was gonna say finish. You think he's finished? Nah, he ain't finished. Yeah, he did get finessed, bro. I mean, look, man, that's boxing, though, bro. That's boxing, man. That's why I said Bivol had to come out strong in one of them last 3 rounds, and he didn't, man. He kept backing up. Shit kept making me mad, man. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, Walter. He definitely, you know, at the end of the day, man, Bivol was right there, man. He was right there. But let's talk about something. They was gonna rob him against Canelo. They was gonna rob him against Canelo. One judge had it a draw. What did Bivol do to make sure he got the decision in that fight? He dominated. Sometimes that's what it takes, man. Domination. And he did not dominate Beterbiev, and that could have been the difference. Especially when you got Turkey Al-Shi with his little biased assholeness walking around, being biased for the Muslim fighter. We know this. So yeah, that's really my opinion on it. Um, Overall, I think this fight topped the Madrimov Crawford fight. I think it topped the Crawford Spence fight, honestly. In terms of competitive, in terms of 50-50, in terms of not knowing who's gonna win, this fight had me on my edge, man. I mean, had I been there live, I would have been super happy. Walter said, "Bro, don't sell his baby mama drama. Turkey's biased, and Bivol had to KO Beterbiev to win." Yeah, bro, that's one thing I 100% agree with you on. I think Turkey Al-Sheikh is super biased. I think he's super biased. I think he's super pro religion. So if you respect his religion, he's automatically going to favor you. And Bevo's conventional. He has his own way of thinking. It's fucked up, man. It's seriously fucked up. Um, but that being said, man, I hope if the rematch does get made, that Bevo knows next time he's gonna have to come out firing. He's gonna have to come out firing, man. But I feel like this was his chance, y'all. And man, it's just unfortunate, man. Just real unfortunate. Real unfortunate that it went the way that it went. Damn, man, I really wanted my boy Bivol to win, man. And you're right. Bivol's not really much of a ticket seller, right? So, man, like, where does he go from here? You know, I think the rematch is the only thing to do. Man, overall though, man, I thought you could make an argument. Maybe not the best Riyadh show that we've seen, but definitely the best Riyadh main event. And we've had some good ones from Usyk, Fury. What some other main events we've had? We had Madrimov Crawford. That was a hell of a main event. But this one, man, this one was everything we expected and then some. Are these the wings right here, the plain wings? Okay. And all just like that, we have no viewers in the building. All my viewers are gone. I guess me being at work made you guys disperse, which is all good. But yeah, man, I feel like overall we got to talk about everything that we needed to talk about when it comes to this fight. I feel like we all expressed our opinions on who we thought won the fight. You know, and like I said, this is one of those fights that's going to be talked about back and forth for the next, I don't know, 2, 3 months until we find out what's going to happen in the light heavyweight division. I'm not going to call it a robbery because I thought Beterbiev had good moments. I thought he won the last few rounds, and he fought well, man. Um, as for Bivol, you know, I thought he did his thing too, man. At the end of the day, I think both fighters showed that they're Hall of Fame quality boxers. These guys are spectacular superstars in the game of boxing, and you know, we got to witness history today, man. Like winner, there was no loser to me. To me, the only winners for real were the fans. We all won today. We all got to see a fight that honestly 2, 3 years ago probably would have never got made because these promoters be trying to protect their fighters, keep them undefeated. And even though I don't like Turkey, I do not like Turkey. This guy has done a lot to change the game of boxing in terms of us getting the best to fight the best, and that's something that I appreciate and love from Turkey. Let's be appreciative that we got Turkey Al-Sheikh, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the culture vulture. I think that the man, he is giving us fights that we want, and other promoters were not doing that for the longest time, man. So we got to be appreciative as boxing fans. I truly believe we have to be happy that we're getting some of these fights, man. We really do. Now, what do y'all think Bivol could have done differently, man? What could he have done differently to get the convincing win? Because, like I said, I had Bivol up 6-3 going into 10. All he had to do was win one more round. To me, he seals the decision. This man let Beterbiev steal the last 3 rounds, man. And like, I think he just respected Beterbiev's power too much. I think he was nervous, man. I've never seen Bivol look so hesitant, so resistant to throw his punches, right? But he did, man. He was hesitant on his jab. I've never seen Bivol like that. It was really interesting to see Bivol fight a way that I've never seen him fight. But one thing I knew about Bivol is I felt like he was such a great fighter that he'd be able to make adjustments, and he did make adjustments. But Beterbiev was able to make an adjustment for every adjustment Bivol made, and I think those are all things that we got to keep in mind, man. No robbery, no fucking robbery. We're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna definitely be making an edit. I'm gonna edit a video later today about this because this is something that got to be talked about, man. We had about 3 viewers in the building. I think at the peak, 4 viewers in the building at the peak. Probably come in at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? And my stomach is hurting. I get off work in about 2 hours, y'all. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna edit a video, talk about this shit, and I may go live tomorrow too, man, right before the football game, so we can just sit up and talk about this crazy ass day in boxing, man. I'm gone. Y'all make sure to hit that fucking like button. Oh yeah. And of course, if y'all want, y'all could always bless the Cash App. $ Maxwell H Middleman. You know what I'm saying? Every dollar that y'all support for the channel goes to the channel. So as y'all know, and I'm gone. Deuces. Peace.